Rockstars. It is your girl, the leader of the Rockstars, Talia Jeanette. Today we are doing another compare and contrast video. So before we jump into it, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe to the channel, you share the video. We're going to get into it today. We are looking at the Jeffree Star Orgy palette and the Colourpop Bare Necessities. Alright, Rockstars, let's just get right to it. So we are going to use the Jeffree Star Orgy palette and the Bare Necessities from Colourpop. Now, when the Orgy palette dropped, it was, I don't want to say a lot of controversy behind it, because I just feel if you were a fan of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, you were waiting for the neutral dream to happen. Like, we know he's done the all red, the all blue, the all green, the bright neon colors. So we finally got blessed with a nude palette, right, y'all? And this is why I didn't jump on board to this palette right away. I'm back home, y'all, so my lighting is it's on point. Do y'all see this? Now, I'm not complaining completely, because again, if you don't like bright eyeshadows, by all means, this is a good palette to have. But what disappointed me was that there are no shimmers in this palette. This is a 30 pan of matte shades. Then we have the Bare Necessities palette. So this is also a 30 pan palette, but you can see the Orgy palette is way bigger, and it was way more expensive. I think this palette was like $62. The Colourpop palette, again, very nude, but you can see there are like some shimmers in there. Then I think what really tripped out the world, this is the Orgy palette, this is the Bare Necessities palette. Bruh, it's legit the same palette. It is legit the same palette, y'all. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the Stone Cold and the Cremated palette. Orgy on one side, Bare Necessities on the other. Now, I've used the Bare Necessities palette a few times. Y'all can see like my black hair is just all messed up. So we're gonna figure something out. I don't have this look thought out yet, so I'm just kind of I want to mark where I want my wing to kind of be at. And then we will blend that out. This Milani pencil is mad creamy. This was like my first time actually using that. That was really creamy. So let's prime the lids first. I haven't put anything on my face, y'all, because I'm going to do my foundation in warp speed as we do this. But I'm just using my NYX pigment primer on my eyes, because that's like one of my absolute favorite primers. I probably put way too much, but I feel like I haven't uploaded a video in like a few days. Y'all, life has gotten to me. My gangster has been tested at work, so I've just been mentally drained, where I just didn't feel like getting on YouTube. I didn't feel like setting up anything, but I'm back. But y'all, oh my goodness, that'll be another video. But when I tell y'all, my gangster was tested at work the last few weeks. All right, what are we gonna do? Like, I don't want to do a ooh y'all, ooh. I dropped the Bare Necessities into the Orgy palette, and it took out a shade. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. So let's do Bare Necessities. We're gonna go in with this brown right here called Crack On, and then I feel I would just have to find a brown in the Orgy palette to match it. So Bare Necessities will be on this eye, and we're going to Have y'all been keeping up with the well, I mean, it might be a done deal now, but there was a boy band battle on TikTok, y'all. Oh my god, if you're not following me on TikTok, you should. My TikTok is also TaliaJeanette01. Y'all, it was an intense battle. Like, I was commenting on random people pages, like really telling people without BSB, NSYNC would not have a career. And if I can find the clip and put it in this video, I will put it in this video. But y'all, there are people out here thinking that NSYNC is better than Backstreet Boys. All right, so to match that brown, we're going to use this brown right here called Invitation Only. Yo, the names in this Orgy palette is ridiculous though, y'all. But we gonna make it work. So yeah, there was like a whole like week and a half where it was like NSYNC versus Backstreet Boy fans. And the BSB army, we did not come to play. I just want y'all to know we did not come to play with nobody, with no Justin Timberlake fans, because his fans were on a rampage. And I told people I don't argue with casual pop fans at all. Like, you're not just going to name me 3 NSYNC songs and then think that solidifies them as being legit. Not at all. Not on this side of town. So, alright. So we have the base shade laid down, and as you guys can see, you can't really tell the difference. Like, that's the whole purpose of this compare and contrast, is that you can't tell the difference. All right, what should we do next? Because like I said, there are like no metallics and no shimmers in the Orgy palette, so I have to do all mattes. Both of these have a lot of kickback too. It's not anything drastic where I would say it's a ton of kickback, but it's both these palettes have kickback. All right, we're gonna do. Let's go in with this shade right here called All For You and see what that gives us. Oh, that's cute. That's really soft. Okay, y'all know I don't really be doing these neutral looks. A neutral look is really not my thing. If I can do a bright eye, I will. All right. And then to match that, I can't even tell y'all. Let's do this shade right here. It's called Versatile. And okay, that one didn't have so much kickback, but oh, that's pretty too. But that, okay, so I think the Colourpop one had more of a pinky undertone. Yeah, that was a bit more of a pinky undertone, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. And I'm just gonna have to just go back in with the darker colors just a little bit. Like, I'm trying my hardest not to put a black, but y'all, I might have to throw some black on these outer corners in this crease, because, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? I lied. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna take this shade right here. This is called Money Shot. I know it wasn't a good, I don't know why my camera lately hasn't been wanting to focus. I'm gonna put Money Shot in my crease, because that's a little bit of a dark chocolate gimmick. And then I'll probably end up wiping this black off. And then for the dark brown in this, like the dark brown in this Bare Necessities has shimmer. So we're going to go in with this color right here. It's called Taboo. I'm going to make it work. Whoops. Okay, and then we need something for the inner corners, but we need something bright. So, and I think I see two shades that actually match each other really good. So for Colourpop, we're going to use the shade called Hustler. And I need another brush. And Hustler is a little peachy. Oh, y'all know this matte nonsense is not doing it for me. It's not, y'all. I cannot. And then for the Orgy palette, we're going to use this color right here called Blowout. Yeah, y'all, this matte nonsense is not it. I'll be right back. Let me go put on my foundation, put on some hair, and we will be back for final thought. So we are back with final thoughts on the Colourpop Bare Necessities palette and the Jeffree Star Orgy palette. Now, I will say that you don't need both these palettes. If you're into the more matte natural look, then you might want to invest in the Jeffree Star palette. Y'all, my eyelash is falling off. I cannot live the ghetto. And if you're looking for just a neutral palette and something you can afford, definitely the Colourpop palette. You don't need both these palettes. Y'all know I love JSC products, but this was one not worth the money. I really feel most of the money went into the packaging. The packaging was freaking sick. Like, this is textured. Like, that's bubbled lettering. So I don't feel, and I mean, it came with a mirror, which is dope. Like, all his palettes come with mirrors, so I'm always here for a large mirror look at my face. But other than that, this wasn't worth it. Especially, like, it was the same thing with the cremated palette, how I said the bottom row. The same thing I said about the cremated palette, how that bottom row, or like the top row, one of the rows was just like completely, it was like 5 different shades of white. It's the same thing here. It's literally the top row. It's literally 6 different shades of white. And in the middle is all these browns. And then he threw in, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always here for a good black matte. Anytime I find a matte black eyeshadow, I jump on board with it. So, like I said, the cremated palette should have been 50 shades of black, but I digress. The Bare Necessities palette, it's cute. All the shade names are on the back as well as inside the pans. This gives you a little bit more variety than the Orgy palette is giving, because you have some warm browns, you have your blacks, and then you have your metallics and your shimmers. It is killing me not having a shimmer in my inner corner, and I'll zoom in for you guys. So that's the Colourpop side. This is the Jeffree Star side. Y'all, it wasn't worth the hype, and I don't even think the Orgy palette had sold out. I mean, we know he did numbers because, you know, those of us who follow his makeup, we were definitely waiting for said neutral moment. We didn't think the neutral moment was going to be all mattes. At least I personally didn't think it was going to be an all matte palette. I was expecting maybe 2 or 3 shimmers, maybe a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of sparkle, but because I feel he went all out on the cremated with the new formula for the like 2 of the glitters were a new formula, and this palette absolutely nothing. So do you need to spend all this money on the Orgy palette? Absolutely not. You can definitely buy the Colourpop palette and get the same look for way less. So that's going to be all for this video. I thank you guys always for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.